Everyone knows that those Wall Street bets really got into this, and it's the social classes, classes war, right? Everyone knows that. But what you don't know is how to use this information to trade and execute better. Everyone's talking about GameStop, but no one's showing you how to use it, the information, to trade other stocks. Because there's a lot of stocks moving, and you've seen it. If you've been watching the market, there's KOSS, AMC, there's tons of different stocks. American Airlines even skyrocketed on earnings and also tanked. There's so many moves right now, BBBY, BB, but no one's showing you and explaining, first off, why they're all moving with GameStop. And secondly, they're not explaining what the whole scenario is and why this is happening. Sure, we all know, everyone knows that Reddit started this. Everyone knows that those Wall Street bets really got into this, and it's the social classes, classes war, right? Everyone knows that. But what you don't know is how to use this information to trade and execute better. So I want to share with you kind of like a quick scope of what's happening, and then share with you how I look at GameStop, how I use it as a benchmark to place other trades, and really just give you a different perspective. And this is raw, uncut, because I don't have time to edit. Have no time to edit this right now. I just want to get this thing out because I know a lot of people are watching tons of content that people are just reading the news, right? They're not real traders. They're just like, oh, this is a short squeeze. They don't even know what that really is. I'm going to explain that to you. So let's dive deep. First off, I want you to know a short squeeze is simply this. When hedge funds take a big short position, taking a negative position, meaning they're selling against the stock, and all of these people are buying the stock, when it hits certain areas, they're getting squeezed out, right? They're getting calls, margin calls, and it causes the stock to go parabolic. That is what you already know. People are talking about this, and I short all the time. So I know this happens, and it's happened forever. Like, we've always had pump and dumps. That's what's going on. We're having a social media pump and then a dump. And today it looks like it's a confirmation that we're dumping. But the old school pump and dump was that Wolf of Wall Street, right? When they used to call, and there's laws against that, where businesses can't call and solicit and pump up the price of a stock or else it gets shut down. And then we have the current pump and dumps, which you guys know I'm not a fan of. It's just chat rooms, right? There's chat rooms that try to teach you how to trade, but they're really pumping up stocks so they can sell when you buy, right? They buy early, tell you that, hey, I bought this, let it go up. And then they sell while you're buying and making the stock go up, and they're selling to your buys, and then it craps out later. That's called a pump and dump. And now we're in a new era of pump and dumps called the meme pump and dump, right? So this is just a bigger scale. It's always been happening, and it's not new, okay? What is new is how crazy it went up and how fast it went up in the short period of time. That was amazing, and that's because the hedge funds, they display their short positions, right? And when that happens, everyone is aiming now for other high interest short position stocks. In other words, if you go to FinViz and you can actually search for high short interest stocks, and you can see stocks up 20% higher or higher, and you'll see all of those stocks, if you go scan right now, have all squeezed somewhat currently because of GameStop. And every stock, BBBY, AMC, and so forth, have all done that. And you'll notice if you go back in time, and we'll do that in just a second on the charts, all of these stocks ran with GME, and they're all coming down with GME. And that gives you a little hint. That's how I've been trading. I've been watching GME as a temperature or barometer or whatever you want to say of really whatever it's doing. I can trade this stock because it's a delay, it's a little lag, and it's following the leader. And that's something that you can learn from watching this, because I'm going to share my screen here next. But I want you to know I got this funny email from Robinhood or Trade Zero saying, hey, y'all, I'm going live now to talk about this. The CEO, or I believe it's the CEO, just talking about why they were also getting shut down, not being able to trade GME. This was happening with Robinhooders. This was happening to so many people. I mean, market closed, trading platforms restrict GameStop and other Reddit stock picks. You even see it here. Robinhood has told users it may close some at-risk positions. Like, that sucks that this is happening. It really does suck. But margin calls always happen. It has always happened. So it's not like they're breaking rules. Now, granted, it does suck that they're saying you can no longer trade this. Like, I think that's shitty. But let's go ahead and dive deep into the actual chart itself. So GameStop, you can see here, I love seeing what's happening right now. But let's go further back. We got to run from, I mean, you can go, it goes back further than that. We got to run from $5 all the way up to $483 and even touch 500 pre-market. And then we tanked. And if you haven't seen the episode where I was teaching my friend how to trade, make sure to go watch that, because I'm showing him how to trade and look at the levels, the key levels. And I told him the other day that there's a possibility we can get to 500 and then tank to 100 in a matter of the same day, because stocks come down much faster than they go up. Even though this has been a rocket going to the sky, right? It's coming down pretty hard. And it's not over yet, but the signs are not looking good that it's going to continue. So first off, you see this major support here that already got tested, it broke, but we also created this trend line here. This trend line was a huge indicator for me to be short bias, right? The reason for that is I actually shorted a couple of stocks today. And you can also look at AMC. AMC, what did it do? Look how this looks very similar to GME. I'm going to let you look at that for a second. See that trend line? I actually shorted it right here at 1550, risking this pivot at 1650, covered all the way down this 12, because look, it bounced right off of what? The trend. Perfect sense, right? My buddy Scott, who's been on the show, I interviewed him, has been trading for years, decades. Great trader. He longed right here when I was shorting up here. We both made money. So it shows you can trade different ways on the same stock and still end up fine. But GME, look at this. We broke this trend. We're currently in a mini bearish sentiment right now, right? Feeling makes no sense, but yeah, you know what I'm saying. And you also could even draw a trend line this way. And really, at the end of the day, you could draw trend lines everywhere, right? But we have currently a weak stock at this time, but we're still in a key area. We're still in a channel, right? We're still in a channel. You can see this channel right here between this 370 area and this 200 area. If we break under that 200, good luck. Good luck holding. The problem is there's a lot of people who have been buying this day on, what day was this? This was Wednesday, the 27th of January. And buying at 300s. And then on this day, they said you couldn't trade it and it tanked, right? They said you couldn't trade it. So now you're in a position where you're upside down. And then now, what are you? A bag holder. I'll sell when it goes back up. And you sell when it goes back up, right? Or maybe you can't. I don't know how that's all coming down on you guys. But I do know that now, this right here, this breakdown is not good. Let's go ahead and look at a couple other stocks. You can look at AMC, right? You can also look at BBBY. What did it do? I know you can see it. Do you see the trend break? Please tell me you do. Look at this. It's clear as day. Look at that. It's so clear. We broke it. Good sign. Then we held right here. Very good sign. Now, granted, this was not as beautiful as GME, right? That's very smooth over AMC. So maybe, like, that's why I traded AMC and I didn't trade BBY. This one doesn't look as clean. But that's how I go about using this. And it wasn't only today. It was also yesterday. GME. Let's go back. Let's delete. If you look at yesterday, you'll see, if we just look at yesterday, this is what we had, right? We had this on the chart. And we're on a 30-minute. Let's go to a 15. Let's go to a 10-minute. If you go to just this right here, this was yesterday. Right when they announced no one can trade this, yada, yada, yada. If you draw another trend, you got one right here. What happened this day? It cracked. Who was shorting it? Your boy was. And I'm just letting you know the reason why I was shorting, not that stock, but look at this. Does that not look identical to you? I'm trying to show you guys how you can take advantage of the main mover even when you can't trade it, right? That is the exact same thing, guys. Look at that. AMC, GME, same thing. This is telling me what I should do in the other stock. And you can use this in the reversal, because when this starts to bounce, right? What do you think other stocks are going to do? They could start bouncing too. So I want you to know, the main takeaway I want you to see is, sure, you can go watch all these YouTube videos about this is what happened. This is not cool. Like, who gives two shit about that? At the end of the day, what I hope you've learned is that no one knows where the stock's going to go. No one knows. No one can predict anything. If anyone could predict, why are these hedge funds getting blown up, right? If anyone can predict, why isn't everyone riding this trend at the very beginning? No one knows anything. The fundamentals of AMC, the fundamentals of GME are shit, right? We all know that. But why is it GME now almost with Tesla? Come on, guys. You're seeing that price action matters. You're seeing that volume and the people and emotions is what matters. And you can learn how to trade that by looking at the main runner as a benchmark, as the leader. When the leader moves, the troops follow. And there's many troops, guys. There's many troops. I mean, you got KOSS. Look at that. KOSS. We got so many troops, guys. What else do we got? We got Express. Express did the same thing. I shorted it on this day, and look how identical this looks, okay? I hope you're seeing this. Look how identical that looks, right? This day is the 28th, right? And let's go to GME. 28th. Is it a surprise? It's not. They follow the leader. Now, that is something that I want you to look at, because then this always happens. Don't be like, I missed it, because there's always hot sectors. There is always hot sectors. You know, there was the Bitcoin craze when all Bitcoin stocks started going like crazy. There was a cannabis craze. There was the dry ships craze. There was so many different sectors. There was the webcam, like when the cops had to wear the cameras and so forth. The tasers, like there was so COVID, of course, right? So there's so many. What I want you to know is when this happens, find the leader and then watch them, and then find the troops. And then you can figure out what you need to do. And make sure whenever you do, you have a process and you trade a plan. And you need a plan before you enter. Because if you don't, and you're trying to follow someone like me, like who the heck am I? I'm some guy on YouTube. If you're following any guy on YouTube, you need to stop right now. If you're following any chat room, stop. You're going to lose. People learn the wrong lessons from making money doing the wrong things in trading. Because trading is not about you do the right thing and you make money. You could do the wrong thing and make money. Trading is about learning how to trade well through a process and having a plan. Because if you learn the wrong mistake and win, you will lose it all in the end. So thank you guys so much. Y'all have a good day.